Welcome to the CEO Couch Show. I'm your host, Rebecca, and this show is for the soul-led hustler. If you're simultaneously trying to embody your best self while actually doing the work, they can coexist. They do here, and you're in the right place. This episode is part two of a series about the best investments that I made in 2024. I think it's rough out there, y'all. We do not know who to trust. I think that's why marketing exposures are up at like 51 exposures before we think about even buying something. It's because we've all been burned now by huge promises and not gotten the results. And then someone's blamed it on us, like we're the problem. And when you think back, maybe they were the problem. Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe you had a different experience, but I'm just putting it out there just in case you hadn't considered it. So, because we don't really know who to trust, I thought it would be a really great opportunity as we close out 2024 to share some of the best investments that I made. This is not an ad and it's genuine experience. These women do not know that they're being shouted out. And if you've been shouted out and you're here, I appreciate you. Thank you will never be enough. And if you're here because you're an avid listener of what we do here on this show, then what you'll get out of today is not only some great ideas of people to follow, especially if you're building a business, I think you'll also get top learnings that can help you to become a better business owner, things I really wish that I had known before, and thank the goddess for these women teaching me. So the first part of our show was very much what investments I made in my soul and myself and my personal growth. And this show is business, baby. We're getting to business, and I cannot wait to share these. Oh, these learnings have just changed my whole business. And these women, I am going to just preface, I'm biased. I would consider them all dear friends. I care about their opinions. I care about what they say. I care about what they put in their emails. Two out of three of these women have newsletters, and I read them religiously every single week. They're the only newsletters that I read because they truly make me a better entrepreneur. So, without further ado, investment one was in a group coaching program called Journey Makers with Becky Pearson Davidson over at Build with Becky on Instagram if you're looking for her. And Becky is a community-driven business strategist. I'm sure she has a way cooler title, but that's how I would explain her. And she's many more things alongside being an excellent human being. But if you're looking for someone who actually embodies what they do, she is literally the embodiment of community. She's a part of many and is an avid contributor to those. And she has such an incredible level of business acumen, blows my mind. So now I've stopped fangirling. What did I actually learn as part of Journey Makers? The most important thing that I learned alongside, we did customer journey mapping, and I'd worked with Becky previously in December of 2023 to then lead me into coming into her group program in 2024. I've learned so much that has made me a better businesswoman. But the main thing I learned was the power of scrappy research. And I think we don't research enough. I think as entrepreneurs, there's this part of us that wanted to break out of the 9 to 5 so that we could just do things our way. And as I become more of a seasoned entrepreneur, I realize that it can't just be my way. It has to be what the market actually wants and what people say they want. So I thought I did a lot of market research before because I would do like a market research forum before I hosted a program or created something, or as I was creating it, or after I had created it. But now I do it for everything. And you will see my scrappy research all over online. If you follow us at the CEO Crowd, you'll see I'm asking questions all the time. What would you pay for this? What would you call this? What's your preference in colors? Like whatever decision I have to make in my business, I will ask. We literally had this today. We're thinking of extending our book club. I think it's a great idea. but it might not be a great idea. So we had to ask our community, do you want to extend book club by 30 minutes so that we can explore women who run with wolves over the next 16 months together? You know, giving people options to contribute because that is community. That is community. And the future is community. You've probably seen communities popping off online. You've maybe had one or have one, and it's not for the faint of heart. There have been many communities that have started and have died a death. And if you have a community and you don't want that to happen, Becky is an excellent resource and follow. And irregardless of what kind of business that you run, please do more research on the smallest little minute things. You're not asking permission if you can do it like you would in a 9 to 5 job. You're saying, what's going to make me more money? What's going to bring me more clients? What's going to make the clients that I have happier? What's going to get them better results? These are questions we should care about instead of just like being filled with our own self-importance. And I will hold my hands up and say, I was that entrepreneur and thank Becky now that I'm not. Investment two, the funnel method with Cheyenne Buttry. Okay, so I'm still in the funnel method. It's a few weeks in, and I'm not even halfway through, and I just think it's one of the best things that I've ever done for my business alongside working with Becky. Cheyenne has the spiciest takes on marketing, which are just excellent. Like, so enjoyable to read what she's written. I've actually read many of her emails over the years as she's been copywriting for other brands. And it was like I knew when she didn't work there anymore because their emails just sucked. And no offense to those brands, they are finding their feet with new people. Okay. But Cheyenne just has this extra special take on things, and it's been really cool to see our business through her eyes so that we can get those extra insights so that we can get across what we actually do. Because something that Cheyenne really taught me about the CEO crowd is that, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are 100% hustle. There's a lot of people out there that are very much for like the manifesting route of like not really doing anything but hoping things come to you, even though that's not actually manifesting. Just like FYI, look at the 12 universal laws. But there's like both sides and no one's bringing them together. And I had a conversation with her that made me feel like we could do that and that there is space for that and there's a calling for that. And although I knew it, I didn't know how to put it into words. So she was able to do that for us, which was really powerful. And like I said, I thrive on being around dreamers and possibility and people hyping me up. So it was really helpful. And what I have learned so far that's been the most important thing is clarity is key. And I think we say that a lot, but we don't really do it, you know? Cheyenne highlights like say what you do legit all the time, repeat yourself a lot. And in working with her, I've learned what it is that we actually do. And Becky is also in this course, so I'm very fortunate to have both of them. But the three of us were in a call the other day and learning from both of them at the same time. I remember Becky saying, Cheyenne and I were having a conversation, and Becky said in the comments or the little like chat on the side of Zoom, she said, people don't join community for community. And I thought, well, that's feels very counterintuitive, but people join community, or our community at least, to grow their business through community. It might be the vehicle, but the end result is really important to talk about. So, just to say, if you're building community, what I've learned from both of these incredible powerhouses together is if you're building community-based products, then consider what else it is that you actually do. What is the actual result? And that's something that I've really learned from Cheyenne is what is the result? And also that it's important to invest your time, finances, resources in marketing what you do? Like, isn't it everyone's drama that, like, I have to post consistently on social media and I don't know what to say? You don't know what to say. It's because you don't know what your brand voice is and you don't know what it is that you do or what you stand for. Clarity is key. So, shout out to Cheyenne because that really has sat with me and started to change things. And also, that program has a million templates that are the best templates I've ever received. And then you get also one-to-one support with reflections on those and revisions. And like she really is crushing it. This program is unlike anything I've ever been a part of, and it's excellent. There's co-working time. I'm just obsessed. And you'll find her at Copy Girl Co. on Instagram. She is the other newsletter that I read religiously. I swear reading her copy makes me better at copy. Highly recommend, and clarity is key. Investment three is not a program. Investment three is a person, and it's a virtual assistant. So we are so fortunate at the CEO Crowd to be supported by Sarah from We Love PMO. She offers project management services as well as virtual assistant services and a grief circle because she's just an excellent human being. I have so much time for Sarah because she's genuinely wonderful. And I think it's hard to find that perfect first hire, and she truly is. It's the tenacity to say, I'll try anything and help anywhere and do whatever. That just astounds me. And you know, when you just like know someone was born to be an entrepreneur, that's Sarah. And the greatest story that I have about Sarah is, first of all, I was told not to hire when I was looking for, first of all, I was looking for lead generation, then we had a marketing team and we had Sarah, and I was told not to hire. But some of the hiring I did cost a lot for what we received from different companies and didn't really work out, unfortunately. But hiring Sarah has been such a great experience in making me a better entrepreneur, a better leader, a better person. So I'm really glad I didn't listen to the advice not to hire, even though I did make some not great hires. To find Sarah, it was completely worth it. And I think coming at your business from a project management perspective is like only a huge bonus. So, highly recommend for your first hires, considering, first of all, what you actually need support with. The main thing we need support with is there's an email that goes out every Monday that Sarah pulls together, and it literally has taken like 100 pounds off my shoulders, you know? And knowing what you need support with and knowing the right person to do that and considering their transferable skills key. So that was just a note on hiring. But what I've truly learned from my experience with Sarah is communication. We can always do better. We can all always do better. You might think that your communication is on point and you're the leader and you just tell people how it is. That's not going to help you lead a team, trust me. But I think that having someone ask better freaking questions than you're asking is important. And a tool that we have agreed and come to a conclusion that helps both of us, it works for both of us, and something we've learned together is using a joint Todoist. I speak about Todoist all the time. Again, not an ad, but having a joint Todoist between the two of us so that tasks that we or I, the royal we, I want done, I can just send them straight to Sarah and she can action them really quickly. And then I will know in real time if things are done or not, has been so profound. And that is only possible because of the level of communication that we have. It means that when something's added to that list, she's not like, oh, I need to do this right now. Like, we can highlight if things are urgent or not urgent, or we can open up a discussion around things because she knows what's required. And that really has been something that I've learned. And I don't think that's something that you can surpass. I feel like talking about scrappy research, like putting a story on your Instagram, like that's a very actionable thing that you can do and grow your skills in scrappy research. Clarity, again, feels like a very actionable skill. Asking yourself, what is it that I do? What do I stand for? They're very actionable, whereas communication, I don't know that it's necessarily actionable. I mean, we gave you Todoist. You can definitely do a joint Todoist, but I think that's something that you have to learn. And it's been a privilege to learn alongside someone who shares the same values. Another little hiring tip, someone that shares the same values, and also someone who actually believes in what you do and would invest in it for themselves. Sarah actually was one of my clients before we hired her, and that was the best decision. Someone who already thinks that your service is so worthy of their time, their finances, their resources. I just think that's a chef's kiss. And I'm so grateful to have learned communication alongside Sarah. We're still continuing to get better at that. And it's been great. Hire before you're ready. Hire if people tell you not to hire. I think that you'll grow faster. And it's a lot of fun when it's alongside the right people. So these have been my three best investments of 2024. And I think as someone who leads a community, there's the part of me that feels like I should have a community in there that I'm a part of. I'm a part of my own. Shameless plug. She does a hair flip. But community is something that I've built with each of these women individually. And I think that's also very important, is we think that community has to be a place that we go, but sometimes it's nurturing the relationships that we have. And I feel very fortunate that I'm surrounded by community that I dreamed of years ago. I remember starting out in network marketing and having that community and leaving network marketing and losing that community. And it was so hard. And now to have it again feels like the biggest blessing. I remember a few months ago, actually, this is a little story about Becky. I messaged Becky and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it was really hard. And just her response and her time that she took to voice note me, all of these women have taken time to voice note me and not talk me off a ledge, but you know what entrepreneurship's like. And I'm so grateful to all of them. And I hope that you have community too. If you don't have community, then come hang out with us. We'd love to network with you, be able to help you promote your business, get your business out there to our community. And you can find the links for all of these women and for our networking events in the description. And until next time, as always, as we say here on this show, I'll be over here believing in you, and I'll see you next week.